Good afternoon, Franklin County. Sheriff Smith is going to be coming to you live in just a few minutes. We're just going to wait for some people to join.
How long has it been?
It doesn't show.
Okay.
There's 80,
What's that?
86. 87.
All right, good afternoon, Franklin County. This is your sheriff. We're trying to do something a little bit newer to give people a chance to come on when we're going to do a live. So probably going forward, we're going to probably come on and maybe give 2 or 3 minutes for folks to tune in, no more than 2 or 3. And I know that a lot of people have alerts that alert them if we're going live, but we want to give people a chance to tune in. Of course, you can always go back and watch it later, but what I want to talk to you about this afternoon, it is Monday, the 28th of November, and we see like almost every day it's Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, or some kind of day, breast cancer, lung cancer, animal cruelty. I mean, every situation seems to have a day. And apparently there is also a Meth Awareness Day, which is this Wednesday. And I had no idea there was a Meth Awareness Day. And Deborah, it was during, we looked up where it came from, the Meth Awareness Day.
I think it was President Bush.
President Bush started Meth Awareness Day. But in Franklin County, every day is Meth Awareness Day. And we talk about it a lot. I actually had a preacher from a local church in here today, and we were talking about the homeless issue and drug use and stuff like that. And we talked about a lot of counties don't, and a lot of places don't talk about the drug problem. They, I guess, figure if they don't talk about it, then maybe it's not there. And of course, we talk about it a lot because we want the issue to be out in the open for everybody to discuss. Like I had a lady call me today, her daughter's on drugs. She didn't have any idea what to do. And I told her what I thought she should do and actually sent a deputy over to talk to her to help her come, follow through what she needed to do to keep from being victimized by her daughter, who takes advantage of her because of her kindness and her love for her child. So we get those calls every day. So we're going to continue to talk about meth. We're going to continue to talk about ways to solve the problem. We have staff on board that will help people if they want to get rehabilitated. Those services are available. They're a phone call away. All you got to do is call us. So if you know somebody that wants help, send them to us. We would much rather help them than lock them up. Yesterday we had an arrest, and we're going to post it later, but I wanted to talk about it because it just shows the great partnership that we have with our community. A lady called me about this troubled boat that was in a part of the river over in Carabel, and it had been a problem for quite a while, and law enforcement had been called, and then we went there a week or so ago, made some arrests because they were trespassing on property. Justin Massey ran from the boat, threw down meth. We're still looking for him, so if you know where he's at, please let us know. And then we had the boat towed out, which was a huge ordeal because it's a pretty good sized boat. They were actually living on it, doing drugs, and probably anything else you can think of they were doing there. So we had the boat removed, and then day before yesterday, I guess, the boat was returned to the owner, and the people were back doing the same thing, trespassing on property because they had it tied up to a dock that didn't belong to them. And thankful the folks in the community reached out to me, sent a deputy, made 2 arrests, caught Michael Creek, who is also a problem person from the Carabel area. We've had a lot of stuff going on with him, a lot of drug use, alleged drug sales. He just seems to be a chronic over there, and so Deputy Stevens arrested him for possession of meth. They found needles on board, and things like that. And there's also just various people who were going there. So obviously it's a bad thing for the neighborhood. So we're going to continue to emphasize meth as a problem in our community, and other drugs. I mean, we're not discounting opioids or any other drug that is addictive. We're here to help anybody that has an addiction to any kind of drug. So know that we're here. We'd much rather get you in rehabilitation instead of incarceration. But if you're not going to do right, then we're also, our street crimes deputies are going to be working. They're going to be coming to these problem areas, and they are going to arrest you. If you're in one of these drug places for any violation of the law, you will be arrested. There will be no breaks. There will be no excuses. There will be no please, we won't do it again. If there's a crime going on there, you are going to be arrested. So my advice to those of you who are running places where they allow people to come in and do drugs, or you're doing drugs, to come in for rehab, but shut it down, because if you don't, we are. So good work by Deputy Stevens, and that was Lieutenant Brandon's shift, doing a great job out there over the weekend. We are also still looking for Howard Ellerson. Still has a federal warrant. He's a federal fugitive, but apparently from his Facebook post, he's not too worried about it. He's still living the good life, it looks like, and we're gonna do everything we can to make his life uncomfortable. The U.S. Marshals are looking for him in other states, and eventually we are going to catch him, but I want people to know that we are still looking for Mr. Howard Ellerson, meth trafficker, and probably other drugs too, but that's him. He's been on our Facebook page. He'll continue to be there until he's apprehended. He is bad news for the community, and we're going to see if we can bring him, arrest him and bring him before the judge. And, I see some people post stuff on Facebook, and, they're obviously mad. They think I'm here to judge people. I'm not judging anybody. The people, evidence that they've committed a crime, and it's enough for probable cause to make an arrest, and most of the time, state attorney won't even prosecute the case if there's not likelihood that it will be a successful conviction. So I'm not here judging people. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm telling it like I see it. A lot of folks don't really see what we see. They don't go through what we see unless you are living with someone who's addicted to meth, and you do. But these people that are selling ounces and pounds of this stuff in our community, they are our public enemy, and we want them locked up and taken out of our community. Just like we had a guy sentenced to 10 years the other day. I think that was on our Facebook. He had been a chronic, John Evans, he'd been selling dope here for years, even before I was sheriff, and years and years ago, still doing it. So he got 10 years in the federal system. That's a good sentence. So we are going to be asking the prosecutors and the judges to give these people that are selling major quantities of drugs and living the good life, we're going to ask them to give them large amounts, lengthy sentences. So if you have any information, please don't hesitate to call us. I think most people know Lieutenant Creamer runs our narcotics unit. Also, the street crimes guys are going to be working for him. But as usual, you can call me. I mean, like I said, I took a call about 8 o'clock yesterday morning about Mr. Creek, who was down there, obviously continuing to violate the law. He was told 3 or 4 times about trespassing this property. They have no regard for the law, and we're going to continue to aggressively pursue them. And meth Awareness Day for us is every day. So thank you. We appreciate the support that you give the Sheriff's Office, because without your support, we couldn't do this. And I know that people are tired of what's going on, and we got to send a clear message to the people that are doing it that it's not going to be tolerated. So thank you, and have a great rest of your week.